Well, it's a pretty good thing to have. This is an advanced filtration water system. It's got a filter in it, and it can treat 100 gallons plus. Um, what's cool is it's like you just take this off the bottom. It's I think it's activated charcoal in it. These the replacement filters retail are like $29. I think you can get them for like under 17 on what do you call it, Walmart. So this depends on where you buy it. It could be from the whole unit could be from 29 to 40 something. I don't know what they are exactly, but what it does is it filters up to 99.9999. That's 99.49s after the point. Bacteria, E. coli, and viruses, and also it filters 99.99% of chromium, chlorine, lead, mercury, cadmium, aluminum, and copper. So it's something that it's good to have. It's good to even have two of them and maybe some extra filters. If you're out someplace and say you're hiking and you have water and you don't have enough water on you or something, but there's streams around there and you got doubt about what's in the streams, but they look pretty fresh. It's not like it's a muddy stream. More than likely you'll be okay with this thing, and the price is worth it for you're not going to be using this for everyday water. It's like kind of like if you're out camping or something like that. Good to have with you if you take water with you, but then hey, maybe I don't have enough water with me. That's another thing. So anyway. So I think that for the price, pretty much worth it. As long as you keep this over it, it's not going to activate the element in there. I'm pretty sure of this, because like in the military, they got the CPOC suit, the chemical protective outer garment. If you keep them in a bag, they last like years, right? If you take them out of the bag, then the ambient air starts absorbing the charcoal. Activated charcoal starts absorbing some of the things that are in the air, and then it goes bad after a while. And then in a contaminated environment, it only lasts so long. So you want to keep this this sealed until you go to actually use it. Then once you use it, it depends on how long you're going to be storing it in the open air. And I think as you use it, you'll find it's harder to suck the water through the straw, which is this, right? Which is this, as the filter gets clogged up. So that's one thing you'll know when it's actually it's beyond its useful life. But considering that it can keep you from getting sick out in the field, it's probably really well worth it. And maybe it's worth it for, I don't know, say you got a hurricane and the potable water situation is not 100% known, from your tap water because of interruption of a power supply from a hurricane or an ice storm or whatever. And of course Rocky's looking around. You see, he's like snooping around. Right, Rocky? Come here, little boy. Yeah. Come here, guy. Come on. Come on. You guys aren't like dogs, man. That's the problem. You don't quite freaking get that message, but they kind of get it though. Cats are a little strange, but they're smart in other ways. But let me put it to you this way: it could be useful for a number of reasons, but it's like one of these things you're not going to use every day. But if you ever need it, oh wow, it's like you're glad you got it. So I got two of them, and you could probably buy extra filters for them and stuff. And there's Mr. Rocky finally showing up. See here. He don't give a shit. I just gave him some treats before. That's why. He's like he's kind of like a dog halfway. He listens almost, but not quite, because he is a cat after all. But one of the deals is, I think that it's like one of these things where it's stupid to buy because you're not using it for so long, but then when you need it, it's like the smartest thing you ever bought, right? It's not something you use every day. But if you're somebody who goes out in the field a lot and you got access to water, say you're up in in areas where there's mountain streams and stuff, and you take water with you, water's a lot of weight. And that's one of the problems with carrying a lot of water. I mean, you say you're sweating or whatever the hell it is, and you're not going to be able to carry 2 gallons of water with you. You're maybe going to be dependent upon streams. So if you got doubt as to what's in those streams, you got this. And that's one of the best things you could do, because boiling water will take out the germs, the viruses, the E. coli, and the bacteria, but boiling water is not going to take out the chromium, chlorine, lead, mercury, cadmium, aluminum, and copper. And the problem is, with a lot of times with runoff from streams, is there might be fertilizers or pesticides or herbicides that are in the water from agricultural runoff. So that's another factor to keep in mind, right? So I think it's a good deal. It's good, smart. I mean, caveat emptor, like, in other words, depends on where you buy it, depends on the price. The list price is a lot higher than what you can buy the whole unit for. In other words, you could buy the whole unit, bottle, and this filter, the whole thing, for the same price as the retail of just a filter from the place that sells them. So look around. I'm not going to tell you where to buy it, but just give you that heads up. But it's not a bad thing to have, that's for sure.